The wine glass kept spinning even after I stood up. Not because of me, my hands hadn't touched it. She had slammed it down hard, the base twirling like it was trying to escape the table, just as I was trying to escape the moment. "Say it," she whispered through clenched teeth, her cheeks flushed in a way that had nothing to do with alcohol. The restaurant had gone too quiet. We were still technically seated, but we weren't there. Nearby diners had started sneaking glances, the kind strangers give when they sense a private disaster unfolding in public. Their curiosity felt like static on my skin. Then I saw him. Ryan, sitting across from me, smug and perfectly positioned, like some unwanted centerpiece amidst our unraveling. His elbows rested on the table, shirt too tight, confidence radiating in the way that only comes from not caring who you hurt. He looked straight at me, smirked, and chewed a bite of bread, as though he were on a date, the honored guest in our evening. "You embarrassed him," she hissed, like I just tripped a toddler at a birthday party. "You need to apologize." I didn't move. Couldn't. My lungs felt hollow, my chest constricted. 2 hours earlier. This was supposed to be our night. A quiet table by the window, candles flickering, a chance to reconnect. I had booked this place a month in advance. She hadn't thanked me. She hadn't complimented the setup. She just brought him. Ryan, no warning, no explanation. Just, "Hope you don't mind." He sat where our candlelight should have danced across her face, and now she demanded, without asking or pleading, that I apologize to the man who had hijacked our night like a conquistador planting a flag. I laughed, not because it was funny, it wasn't. I laughed because I couldn't believe I was here. Because I couldn't believe she thought this was normal. Because deep down, I knew the blame wasn't entirely hers. I had let it get this far. I stood, didn't yell, didn't cry, didn't flip the table. I simply said, loud enough for both of them to hear, "Pick right now, him or me." Her mouth fell open, shocked. Ryan, still chewing, tilted his head with mild amusement, as if I'd added spice to an otherwise boring evening. I didn't wait. I turned and walked out, heart hammering, hands icy, questions screaming through my mind. I didn't know where I was going. I only knew I couldn't stay. I didn't go far before collapsing onto a bench across the street, staring at my reflection in the restaurant window. Inside, she fiddled with her napkin. Ryan stretched like a victor who just won a prize. I waited foolishly for her to chase me. 5 minutes. 10. My thumb hovered over her name once, but I didn't press send. Instead, I opened the photo I had snapped earlier that day, the one I wasn't meant to see. This didn't appear out of nowhere. I had noticed things, little inconsistencies, mismatched stories, the way she had changed her lock screen from a picture of us to a quote about freedom. I wasn't proud, but I had done something I'd never done before. I checked her shared photo album with Ryan. She had forgotten to disable syncing. There it was. 2 weeks ago, a rooftop bar, her in the dress she had promised was just for me, his hand dangerously close to her waist. The caption, "To the nights we never have to explain." She thought it was private. She thought I wouldn't see it. But I did. I carried that photo like a wound I wasn't ready to expose. On the bench, I zoomed in until the pixels blurred. I wasn't angry, not the cinematic kind with yelling or punches. Just weary, tired of scavenging for crumbs of affection. Tired of pretending I was okay being second in my own life. My phone lit up. "Lenora, where did you go?" I didn't respond. "Lenora, you embarrassed me." "Lenora, Ryan said you're being immature. We were trying to include you, include me, in my own date night." That's when I understood it wasn't about Ryan. Not really. It was about her seeing me as someone who would never leave. Someone soft, patient, quiet. Perhaps she was right, until now. I texted her back. "You made your choice. I'll come get my things tomorrow. No question marks, no pleading, no more trying to rebuild on sand." Then I turned off the phone. I didn't sleep that night. Lying on my friend's couch, the ceiling fan casting spinning shadows, I replayed every moment I had let slide. Every time I told myself I was overreacting. Every time I believed her when she said, "You're imagining it." I wasn't imagining it. Not anymore. The next morning I went to her apartment. The door was ajar. Ryan was inside. I froze. Alone, or so I thought. Leaning against her kitchen counter, one ankle crossed over the other, sipping from a mug that wasn't his but hers. A cartoon octopus, something she picked up on a trip to Monterey, the same trip she had said she wanted to build a future. He looked at me, grinned, not startled, not surprised. "Oh, hey," he said, tilting the mug. "Didn't think you'd show up this early." Lenora wasn't visible. Shoes by the door, purse on the couch, likely in the shower, or worse. I tried to keep my voice steady. "Where is she?" Ryan shrugged. "She needed a minute. Been crying all morning. You really did a number on her." I wanted to laugh. I did a number on her. I stared at him, this uninvited parasite circling our lives like a vulture, and wondered how I had tolerated it so long. "I came for my things," I said flatly. He didn't move. "You sure that's what you want?" Something clicked. He wasn't just visiting. He was home here, comfortable, an intruder in my life posing as guest. Overnight bag by the closet, charger plugged in, hoodie on the armrest, none of it mine. How long had he been here? Lenora appeared behind him, wearing his shirt, flinching at my presence, her eyes red, lips chapped. "Daryl," she started. I raised a hand. "Don't." She searched for words, but our gaze broke any script she had rehearsed. "I came for my things," I repeated, firmer. Ryan interjected. "You don't need to be dramatic. We can talk like adults." No, this wasn't just betrayal, it was arrogance. They hadn't anticipated consequences. I stepped forward slowly and reached into my coat pocket, holding an envelope. "Give this to her," I told Ryan. "Truth. Something neither of you are used to." Then I turned to Lenora. "You won't need to worry about me anymore. You chose him. Just make sure he's still around when the novelty wears off." I left. The envelope contained no accusations, no farewells, only the rooftop photo with a single line in red. "To the nights we never have to explain until now." 3 days later, Margot, Lenora's sister, called. What she revealed made everything 10 times worse. Lenora had rewritten the story. She portrayed me as controlling, unstable, the reason she and Ryan grew close. She erased me, painted herself as innocent. Margot added, "Ryan had been staying over for months. She thinks you knew and didn't care." Spineless. That's what she thought I was. And maybe I had been. I knew. I had pretended ignorance, thinking love might save me. Then Celeste reached out. Ryan had done this before, manipulated, isolated, replaced. Screenshots, texts, recordings revealed the pattern. Lenora wasn't special. She was just the next chapter in a longer, darker story. I didn't sleep that night either. I messaged Celeste. We connected, strangers linked by shared betrayal. She had proof. Ryan had been patient, calculating, building emotional affairs with women he would inevitably discard. Celeste posted the video publicly. Ryan, Lenora, and the world saw the truth. Lenora came to me, drenched, rain streaking her face. "Why didn't you protect me from him?" she whispered. I stepped aside silently. She had made her choice. Her blame was hers, not mine. Weeks passed. Quiet returned. I walked, I photographed, I breathed again. And eventually I met Elise laughter, honesty, ease. A new chapter, a choice for myself. Heartbreak didn't end with fireworks or revenge. It ended with walking away, choosing oneself, knowing the value of dignity, truth, and peace.